with a 6-1 record. They're 3-1 in the Class 2A District 5. West Burlington Notre Dame is in a must-win situation under Coach Nick Brewer in his first year. They're 3-4 and 2-2 in district play. And my partner tonight is Sean Cockrell. And Sean, I believe we have a conversation with Coach Brewer about tonight's game that we're going to play, and then we'll get back to live action once we hear from the coach.
Absolutely right. As you'll see, they're going through the senior night on the field. This is an interview that Superintendent Dave Schmidt did with Coach Brewer, and we're going to go ahead and start that right now.
Hello, this is Dave Schmidt doing our pregame interview with Coach Nick Brewer, head coach of the West Burlington Notre Dame Falcons. And Nick, first thing I like to say is this matchup has some playoff implications. That certainly has a ring to it.
Yeah, it does. This is an opportunity that we've, that we're going to embrace. Tonight the kids have been working really hard both the off season, and this is what you build for. To play for something at the end of the year. Not only are we playing for a playoff spot, but it's a big rivalry with Mediapolis. So the kids, they're looking to that as another challenge, an opportunity to overcome the last 3 years because none of the high school kids have won a game against Mediapolis, period. So and this would put us in a position to had we won, it'd put us in a position to get a chance to host in a playoff game. So it's a big game for both programs, Mediapolis and us. They still haven't clinched yet either. So the winner of the game will clinch a playoff spot. So it's got a lot of implications riding on it.
That's going to be a fun night. We have a 4-game losing streak against Maple, and I think the thing that people don't realize is that not many years ago we used to go up to Maple and win, and so we'd like to get back to that. And as you pointed out, if we win our last 2, we could maybe even get a second seed in a home playoff game. If we split, we'll probably get in the playoffs, but even if we split, it's not a guaranteed entrance into the playoffs. And, of course, a lot of that depends upon Williamsburg's victory, hopefully, over Central Lee tonight. Our last 2 games, we've had stellar performances on both sides of the ball, and we've got a 2-game winning streak. What changed?
I just think the kids, they keep on believing in what we're trying to do as a program. They believe in themselves. They understand that they got to do their jobs and they got to be disciplined in doing those jobs. And if they're going to be successful, they just got to believe in the coaching staff, the game plan, and just execute the game plan to the best of their ability. We have defensively, we've been outstanding the last 2 weeks. Essentially we held them to just about 100 yards total, I think, and West Liberty didn't have much more than that. So, I think they averaged 3.5 points in the last 2 games too. Our kids are just playing physical football. They're rallying to the football, and when they get there, they're going to make a big hit on a kid. So, I don't know if that's something that's changed from the past. I really don't know, but it's fun to see those kids having fun, on the defensive side of the ball. Offensively, we've made some big plays as well. We've had some different kids step up. Most notably, the last couple of weeks, Timmy and Trousel have gotten, going on the running game. So that ground attack has really opened up our pass, which, when we're dual threat, that kind of hurts people. They don't know who's getting the ball type of thing. So, we're just trying to keep the momentum and keep rolling into Mediapolis. It's going to be a tough game tonight, but, our kids are ready for the challenge, I think, and I know they're ready to go.
Central Lee and West Liberty both are known to be physical football teams. And we took care of them on both sides of the ball in both games, really dominated both games from the first minute to the last. And so it's really encouraging, Coach. So what do you see as the reason for us suddenly just becoming such a physical football team?
They're just sick. They just decide, the Central League Week, they were just sick of what they used to be. And, we just decided, hey, from this point on, we're moving forward. We're going to get better. We're going to play our best football. We're going to give it all we got. They believed in that. And that's kind of been their rallying cry the last couple of weeks. We have played well, but we haven't played a complete game yet. So, I'm interested to see what it's going to be like if we can play a complete game. We can play 4 quarters, hard, maximum effort, finish drives on offense. We finally start, stopping people on defense, from the big play. And that's kind of been a big thing, and that's what we're going to have to do tonight. if we're going to have an opportunity to beat Mediapolis, we got to contain the run. We got to contain the big play. They're a little bit more opposite. They have big playability. They have Holloway and Erickson and Osborne, and their quarterback Brown he's a pretty good athlete too, so we can't overlook him as well. But our kids are going to be ready to go. They're excited about this game. They're excited that they're playing for something, that it means something to them. And so there's going to be a lot of passion on the field tonight from both teams because there's a lot on right on the line.
You bet. I know Erickson and Holloway. Holloway's just a bruising running back, and Erickson complements him well. What's our game plan to stop them from running all over the field?
We just got to do our jobs. We just got to be disciplined. And what is we do? We have to tackle. We just got to make sure we make the sure tackle and we gang tackle all night long. It's not we're not going to be able to bring those guys down with one or two guys. It's got to have to be 3, 4, 5, 6 guys coming in the pile because Erickson might not be as big as Holloway, but he runs like it. He's low to the ground. He's got great center of gravity. That wrestling background really comes into play for both of them. So they're tough to bring down. They run hard. They're physical players, and regardless of Erickson's size, he runs hard. So it's going to be a tough task. It isn't going to be easy. I told the kids that it's not going to be easy. You got to control the line of scrimmage and get in the backfield before those guys get going. Because when they got a full head of steam, they're tough runners. But if we can get them in the backfield before they get going, that might be a key to slow them down.
Holloway's a bruiser, but he gets out in open space. Look out, baby! He's pretty quick.
Yeah, he is. He's a big kid. He's probably about 210, 215, and there isn't an ounce of fat on that kid. He's a great kid. He's a great athlete. He's gonna make plays. We can't let him get out in the open and give him a chance to do that. So, like I said, we got to control the line of scrimmage, and we got to stop him from getting those legs turning, because once he gets going, it's not the easiest thing to bring him down. So
stop him before his momentum. We talked about stopping Meeple. How do we plan to move the ball, and how do we plan to get our speed out into space?
Well, I think we've been watching film on Mediapolis for a while now. We've had films on for most of the year. They have tendencies both on defense that we think that we can utilize. I'm not sure if Master's playing tonight, but that's going to be a big loss for them. On that side of the ball, he's a great defensive end, outside linebacker kid. But I think he's doubtful for tonight. I'm not sure, but we see some things that we're our strengths. Hopefully overpower their weaknesses on defense, so to speak. We'll just see what works and go with it. But they got a powerful defense. They've given up only 34 points in the last 4 games too. So their defense isn't sluggish by any means either. So I think it's going to be a good defensive battle.
Coach, you've got some ties to Mediapolis. Is there anything special about tonight's matchup for you?
I wouldn't say. I don't know. It's one I've definitely circled on the calendar from the get-go. It's going to be kind of bittersweet. It's going to be great to be on this side, but my dad will be on their sideline, so to speak, and it's always been a dream of mine to see him. For him to see me coach, and so there'll be a little bit of emotion in that, and it's going to be a bittersweet emotion. Someone has to win, someone has to lose. So we'll just take that with a grain of salt when it happens. But that'd be the only thing. It's going to be nice to get to see those people that I grew up with and I was raised around. And, it'll just be a fun, exciting experience, and knowing that I'm from there, that's going to bring a little bit more, to the table on their end too, because they're not going to want to lose to me.
You bet.
Knowing that I'm from there, and it's just going to be a good battle, and I'm excited for our kids, and hopefully we can keep it close to the end.
Coach, it's going to be windy tonight. Is that going to change our game plan whatsoever?
It's not. It's similar to what the Central League was a couple of weeks ago. It was really windy that night. You would think on paper that benefit Mediapolis because they like to run downhill a lot more than we do. We like to put the ball in the air a little bit more. But I think by the time game time I looked at it, it's supposed to be down to 10 miles an hour by game time. So I think the wind will be pretty manageable as long as Brant puts some he puts some strength behind that throw. Then this should be all right. So I'm not really. That's not maybe in the kicking game that could be a factor, but as far as our game plan versus theirs, I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal.
And how about our injury report?
We're banged up, so Grant Riley's still out for the year. And then Tyson Abbott won't be playing tonight. I think he bruised his bicep pretty good in practice the other night. So, other than that, we're pretty healthy.
Coach, I know you have a couple surprises up your sleeve. Do you care to share anything, or do you want to make these surprises surprises?
We don't have a whole lot. We've always had surprises. We're always practicing things, to catch people off balance. But whether they get used tonight or not, this would be the night to use them if we did. But we're just going to play hard. That's going to be the thing. We're going to try to beat Mediapolis at their own game, and which is our revised, our renewed system in our program is to play physical and play disciplined, play tough, and that's what it's going to take. We're going to have to beat them at their own game, so to speak, and not be able to beat ourselves. And if we can do those things, then it'll come down to the wire, I think.
Coach, thanks for meeting with me this morning. Good luck tonight. It's going to be a fun night at Bill Nelson Field. I'm looking forward to it, and I know the Falcons faithful are also. So good luck, and hopefully next week we'll be talking about a Meeple victory.
All right, thanks. I appreciate it.
You bet. I'd like to remind our fans that this game is webcast on the West Burlington website. Also a reminder that next week's Tuesday's volleyball regional game will also be webcast on the internet. So we look forward to you listening and hearing to Falcon football.
All right, we are back, Brian.
Yeah, it is senior night. As we mentioned before, we started that interview with Coach Brewer. It's also Blackout Friday, so a lot of the West Burlington Notre Dame faithful have come dressed in black, and looks like across the way there are quite a bit of orange and black over there. Looks like Mediapolis, as usual, has traveled well on the road with their fans.
Absolutely. This is kind of like a backyard brawl. We're all same county. A lot of these kids know each other.
A lot of kids from even down here in Burlington that actually attend Mediapolis, and they come in with a impressive 6-1 record overall. They're 3-1 in the district. The Falcons are sitting at 3-4, and they're 2-2 in the district. Last year's records, Mediapolis, as you might remember, was 11-1 overall, 6-0 in Class 2A. Notre Dame, West Burlington was 3-6, and they were 1-5. And the series overall, Mediapolis leads that 17-9. They come in here having won 4 straight, and Mediapolis has, as I mentioned, has won 4. Notre Dame, West Burlington has won 2 straight. So they're both coming in with some pretty good momentum.
Absolutely, and we're going to see it all down on this field, run into each other. Somebody's got to come out here winner tonight. Hopefully it's our Falcons. But as you've seen last year, Meepo beat us at Archer Field 41-19. We don't want something like that to happen tonight.
No, and then more recently, talked about a combined 6 wins between these two teams coming in. Mediapolis beat Wise and Muscatine last Friday 36-8. And Notre Dame, West Burlington, I should say West Burlington, Notre Dame, beat West Liberty 28-7. If you look statistically at the offensive and defensive averages, got to give the edge on both sides of the football to the Bulldogs, 37.2 a game to the Falcons, 20 points per game. And on defense, Mediapolis holds their opponents to less than 12, while West Burlington, Notre Dame is at 27.5. So, Sean, on paper, you would think that statistically the edge is going to probably go to the visitors, but I know the Falcons are on a winning streak, and Coach Brewer has them excited to play on senior night.
Absolutely. On paper, Meepo, we can't hold a candle to Meepo, but I'll tell you what, if he's got them ready to play, we put up 28 points last week. We could do it again this week. We got to hold on defense, and, of course, we got to score. We got to use that athleticism. I think you and I had talked. We got a bruiser team against a finesse team, us being the finesse team. Use our athleticism and our speed to put points on the board.
Yeah, Mediapolis has a bit more size. Their starting offense at split end is Robbie Fletcher. He's a 6'2", 150-pound senior. At left tackle, a junior, Ethan Timmerman, 205-pounder. At guard, Luke Erickson, another 200-pounder. Big boy in the middle, Lane Eads, is 6 foot and 270 pounds to anchor that offensive line for Mediapolis. The right guard is Marshall Roop. Jonathan Massner is on the other side at right tackle. Tanner Gerst is the tight end, and we're going to pause for a moment during our national anthem. about a minute from kickoff, finishing up that Mediapolis starting lineup on offense. Their tight end is Tanner Gerst. Flanker is Josh Osborne. Quarterback is a junior, Arthur Brown. And the man you're going to probably hear us talk about the most tonight is Stephen Holloway. He is a 6 foot, 210-pound senior, and he is a bruiser.
He's a bruiser. He's a bruising runner that they produce. And then we also have a Cole Erickson at running back who's smaller but just as bruising. Some of our Falcon victory keys, we want to contain both those runners. The running game, period, for Mediapolis. We also want to keep it close. And, of course, you got to make plays in the fourth quarter. You got to play all 4 quarters to win in this game and believe we can win. Like you said, Meepo has a 4-game winning streak against West Burlington Notre Dame.
Well, Mediapolis' quarterback, Arthur Brown, has only attempted 99 passes. He's completed 45 of them so far this season. That's less than 50% and about 790 yards and 8 touchdowns. On the other side of the ball, Brant Reed has almost rushed as many times as Arthur Brown has passed. He's had 163 passing attempts. He's completed 53% of them for 1,262 yards, 3 interceptions, and 6 touchdowns. So that kind of comes back to the plays of the game are going to probably be how the defense on Mediapolis can hold the finesse of the speed, the team speed of the Falcons, and just how well the undersized Falcon defense can slow that running attack down of the Bulldogs.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You see our boys are adorned in black with the green letters. It's blackout night here at Dale Nelson Field.
And the Bulldogs are in their visiting white jerseys and black helmets and black and orange pants. And West Burlington has won the toss, and the Falcons will receive.
Well, let's get it going, Falcons.
A few more stats to kind of compare the difference between these two teams. Brant Reed, as I mentioned, has rushed as the quarterback 71 times, which leads the team, 598 yards and 4 touchdowns. He's got a lot of speed, as we've mentioned all night. A lot of these guys are also state champion or state runner-up track stars as well, including Tim Williams and Isaiah Trousdell. They've combined for 88 attempts and over 500 yards rushing, and 6 touchdowns combined between Tim and Isaiah. And on the receiving side, Xavier Williams is kind of Mr. Everything. He touches the ball, and he is dangerous. He's had 36 catches, 575 yards, a 16-yard average per catch, and 5 touchdowns. He's also had several on special teams as well in punt returns, as well as on defense. As the defensive back has returned 3 for touchdowns on the interception side of the ledger.
Absolutely. I mean, West Burlington works together as a team, and Xavier Williams is one of those main keys. Last week, his interception in the third quarter is one of the key points that took them to victory. Even Matt Levinson, a Hawkeye, referred to him as one of the best athletes in the state, and he shows it every week on the field.
Yeah, I think he's getting some mentions from some Division I schools. They're already taking notice of his impressive stats. And finishing up the lineups, we've given you the Mediapolis offense. Let's go ahead and run down that West Burlington Notre Dame offense. Jacob Smith will be out at wide receiver. He's our senior. Deshaun Johnson is inside at tackle. Left guard, Jacob Hostetter. Cam Gillian. Right guard is Luke Skalinski. Robert Roundy at right tackle. Clay Siefkin at tight end. We mentioned Xavier Williams is deep to receive. Tyson Abbott is out with an injury, as Coach Brewer mentioned, so we'll have to see how we can make up at the receiving end without Tyson Abbott. And a good return. It was a short kick. And Xavier Williams was run out of bounds at the 37-yard line, which will bring up a 1st and 10 for the Falcons.
All right, Falcon offense, we need to get to work right away. Score first and make them play catch-up.
Looks like Mediapolis is in a 4-3 defense.
We got a power eye coming here.
Brant Reed is number 2. He's that dual threat quarterback. He can run. He likes to run. He's almost a run first, pass second type of player.
Xavier with the attempt.
And that ball is incomplete. Boy, that was
He did his best to get back to it.
That was a little underthrown. It might have got caught up in the wind, and Xavier tried to scoop it from underneath the ground there, and he could not get his hands on it. 2nd down and 10. They don't have instant replay in high school football, but I think that might be one we could take another look at.
Yeah.
So Reed is still in shotgun. You'll see him in shotgun most of the night. Williams is in motion to the wide side. Here's the handoff.
Up the middle. Found an opening on the left side.
That was Tim Williams. He almost gets the first down. He scampered around that left end and was just about, I believe, a yard short of the first down. Let's see. Quarterback for Mediapolis was for West Burlington, Notre Dame.
Looks like he's got 4 wide receiver set here.
Tim Williams is the lone setback. Little low snap, and Reed isn't it? It looks like it's a call.
Keeper up the middle.
Quarterback draw.
Nice run. Nice run.
And he actually bowled over Tristan Timmerman, who actually made the tackle, but Grant Reed with a planned quarterback draw, and he exploded right up through the middle of that defense and gets the all-important first down.
Looks like 39-yard line of Mediapolis. Way to start out, Falcons. Let's keep it going.
You might have heard that Coach Brewer might have a few tricks up his sleeve tonight. We'll have to see if he throws any exotic plays at Mediapolis. That was Isaiah Trousel on the carry. He did not get much of anything, and the stop was made by Nick Hosworth.
Like a little misdirection play that just didn't open up.
2nd down and 11. He lost a yard on the play. Ball is sitting on the 40-yard line. Timmy Williams, the sprinter.
Another 4 wide receiver set.
Is standing next to Brant Reed. He has to get rid of it early, and he just basically had to throw that away to avoid the sack. It was intended for Mason Buster. Was on the defensive side. Clay Siefkin couldn't get to the ball. It was underthrown, and it's going to put the Falcons in a 3rd and 11 situation.
Looked like number 6, Josh Osborne, was in his face getting ready to take him out. Good heads-up play to get rid of the ball at least.
Let's see what Coach Brewer draws up in the dirt, 3rd and 11. Reed is going to look for an open receiver, and it was intended for Jacob Smith and was knocked down by Cole Erickson, the 5'10", 165-pound senior for Mediapolis.
Almost looked like a little contact there, but boys playing football.
It's tough to control that line of scrimmage. The offensive line for West Burlington Notre Dame is rather small compared to some of those big defensive linemen up front for Mediapolis, and we've got a punting situation now at 4th down and 11.
We got Brant Reed punting. Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, wait a minute.
Here's one of those tricks. Oh. And he still punts it.
It looked like he was going to keep it. It probably had the run punt option going there, and he was sprinting around the right end, and really there was only one guy in front of him that he could have possibly beat, but he went ahead and did that rugby-style kick, and that'll give the Bulldogs a 1st and 10 and their first chance to show that bruising running style of Holloway and company.
All right, our line's got to stay down and pick up the lanes. Pick up the lanes where those guys are running.
Holloway's not a giant kid, but he's 6 foot 210. He's very stocky. He's like a bowling ball out there. And here we go. They fake to him, and the give is to, that is Holloway, I'm sorry. Kind of a counter play. He ended up picking up about 5, 2nd down and 5 for Holloway. Like Roundy was in on the stop. You know, it's tough to defend a team that you know is going to run it down your throat, but there's always that fear of a
little screen pass.
And
Oh, there he comes on the outside. Ooh.
Xavier Williams got in and
He wrapped him up.
Cole Erickson to the ground. It was a little sweep right, and Williams came from his cornerback position and knocked him down to the ground before he gained about 3, and still is short of the first down by just about a yard.
Big third down play here to start the game. We can hold them here. We can show them we can stay with them.
Well, it's a must-win situation. Mediapolis hasn't secured a playoff berth yet, but they could clinch a spot with a win tonight and would likely have to win its final 2 games to get that first-round home playoff berth. And if West Burlington Notre Dame has any hopes of the playoffs, they absolutely have to win tonight. And they give the ball to Mason Buster.
Yep, he made it. Just over the line.
He didn't make it by a lot, though. He probably gained just over a yard or 2, so it was enough for the first down.
Looks like
comes out to their own 32-yard line.
His tackles gave him enough room to get over the heap there.
Lone setback is Mason Buster.
Getting ready on defense. You got the 2 ends there. Look like they're possible blitz.
Arthur Brown pitches it out to Buster.
Called it fumble.
And
we got a fumble. It looks like West Burlington has it.
Let's see what Bob Bowen calls. Nope, he's going to call it a second down. So he did lose the handle. West Burlington tried to jump on top of it. It kind of slipped from underneath the grasp of that defensive lineman. It couldn't get his number. And fortunately for those Mediapolis fans, they're going to have another chance at 2nd and 15.
I like that blitz call there. They weren't ready at all.
There's a rare pass. And that's completed.
Oh, flag on the play.
Out to Josh Osborne, the 5'9", flanker running back.
Flag from the secondary.
Brown is a southpaw, we've just found out. And they are also guilty of holding, which is going to
push the ball back.
Actually, I was just informed that was a block in the back infraction. It was not holding. Either way, it pushes them back another 5 yards.
Our defense is looking pretty good, Brian.
So far, so good. You just got to avoid that big play.
Hold tight, hold tight. Play smart, keep everything in front of you.
Stephen Holloway is the lone setback behind Brown. I think you're going to see both quarterbacks out of the shotgun for most of the evening, and he is going to try to throw it.
Yep, he's got the pressure.
And he's going to throw it to his favorite back, Holloway, and he is running and stumbling and bowling over a few of the Falcon defenders as he crosses midfield for a, unfortunately, big play. I just had to...
He drops that shoulder and just rolls right through, and, guys like that, you either got to take them in the middle or down below, Get them off those legs.
I mentioned the playoff berth. For West Burlington Notre Dame to clinch a playoff berth, they'll have to win its last 2 games, or at least win one of the last 2, and get a little help tonight if Williamsburg gets beat. So it's a key game for both of these teams. There's a quick handoff up the middle. He fumbled.
Oh, he does fumble, and looks like
Cole Erickson definitely fumbled. It looks like someone stripped it, and he was quick enough to jump on top of it. Let's see what happens.
Josh Osborne got it, look like, from here.
Marty Bowen and Bob Bowen tries to straighten things out there. They're having a discussion. Looks like they've got some differing opinions, and they're going to let Mediapolis keep the ball 2nd and 10. Boy, that's two missed opportunities.
Yeah. 2 possible fumbles. Well, our guys are getting in there. I seen him that last run. The first guy that tried to wrap him up was going after the ball besides trying to tackle him. So the kids are in there working on it.
2nd down and a short 2 to go. Arthur Brown looks like he's audibleizing potentially. Play action.
Play action, yep.
And he completes the flare pass out to Tanner Gerst, his 6'2", 180-pound senior.
First down.
That is good enough for a first down. We know that Mediapolis likes to run the ball, but so far they're showing a little more of that passing game than we might have expected.
That play action right there, that was well done. He was wide open in the flat and was able to get a first down.
So Mason Buster now is lined up in the backfield, and he gets the ball, carries it into a pile of Falcons, and the first guy there was Cody Juarez, it looks like, the 6'4", 260-pound sophomore.
I think was Hostetter in on that stop too.
So they get no gain on the play. Second down and 10 for Mediapolis.
Looks like two receivers set. Oh, he's got a busy backfield here.
Almost a modified wishbone formation. He's going to pass it.
Ooh, we got to him. Is that a live ball or nope? His arm must have been moving forward.
Isaiah Trousel blitzed right through that left tackle and guard gap and put some heat on the Mediapolis quarterback, Arthur Brown, and he had to try to get rid of it quickly, and that is going to bring up a 3rd and 10.
All that help he had back there, nobody blocked apparently. Big third down right here, big third down.
Holloway comes back in and is the lone setback behind Brown. And he gets the call. He carries a few tacklers with him, but that's not going to be enough for the first down.
He's like on a 35-yard, 34, 35.
It looked like a gain of 2, so it's 4th down and 8. Looks like the breeze is blowing a little bit from the, what direction is
northwest?
That?
Northwest. It's been blowing all day.
It's with them.
Yeah.
But they're obviously not going to go for the field goal. They're going to go ahead and try for a 4th and 8 conversion.
Hold them, Falcons. Here we go.
Let's see what Coach Borison calls.
Oh, flag. What do we got?
Delay of game. Now they might have to kick it.
Be about a 45-yard field goal. 44-yard field goal.
Well, I'm guessing at 4th and 13 they're going to have to punt it away.
Yep. Williams back to receive the punt.
Ethan Timmerman, the junior, is in punt position.
Ooh, almost got to the punt. And it takes a Mediapolis bounce. And that's...
Heads up play by the special teams for the Bulldogs. They pinned the Falcons back on the 1-inch line.
We have a long ways to go, but we could do it, Falcons.
We held them, and they did not score on that offensive series. That's the good news. The bad news is our offense is going to start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10.
I think a play to Williams with his speed right now would be apropos, don't you?
It might ignite this
crowd
a little bit. All dressed in black.
Blackout at Bill Nelson Field.
And Reed gives to, can't tell if it was Trousel or...
Looks like
it was Trousel, and he might have gained a yard.
2-yard line, maybe.
Coming up to the 4-minute mark here in the first quarter. 2nd down and 9. Williams is split wide left. Timmy Williams is back blocking for Reed.
Pass, and that's an interception. Yep, number 9. Arthur Brown. A pick 6.
Wow, that was an ill-advised pass, and Arthur Brown just stood there like a center fielder on a baseball diamond. And
well, it looked like a timing pattern coming out, and Williams hadn't even turned his head when the ball was let loose. So
he had nothing but green grass and opportunity in front of him there, and scampered in for what was about a 25 or 26-yard interception for touchdown. And with this point-after attempt would make the score 7-0 in favor of Mediapolis.
Is it,
low snap. Gets the kick up, and it is good. So we'll take a quick break and come back after a short message. The score, Mediapolis 7 and West Burlington Notre Dame 0.
Alrighty.
We are back to live action. Mediapolis is getting ready to kick back to the Falcons. Xavier Williams standing back by himself at his own 9-yard line. Well, so far our defense have still held their offense to no points. Unfortunately, we've given up the pick 6.
The one miscue there, yeah. Oh, you're going the wrong way, partner.
And Xavier's going to be stopped pretty quickly by Cole Erickson, and whistle blows it dead at about the 19 or 20-yard line, it looks like. Brent Reed hasn't had much zip on his passes tonight. Most of them so far have been rushed, and of course he's back with his back foot almost out of his own end zone, so we had to get rid of that last pass quickly. So let's see if we can redeem ourselves on this series.
Oh
boy.
Mediapolis was sitting there waiting for that.
That was
yes,
John Masner, 215-pound junior, that made the initial contact on Tim Williams. Loss of 3. Hayden Wilson comes in. He must be one of the replacements for the injured Tyson Abbott.
I'll tell you what, that interception just shot a jolt of energy into that Mediapolis team. That tackle was, with authority.
So Tim Williams is the lone setback behind Reed, who's in the shotgun. He's looking to pass. Here comes some pressure.
He's on the run.
He's trying to escape.
He's got a...
And...
I
don't know if he was trying to throw that away or not, but it ends up in the Mediapolis bench area.
Cole Erickson tried that interception, and luckily our defender was there to keep him from taking it.
Yeah, I think our own receiver had to become a defensive back, and we got 3rd and 13 for the Falcons.
Falcons need to establish a good, well-played offensive drive. I mean, they're just scattered right now. West Burlington, Mediapolis has them just, I don't know.
I think that defensive line is overpowering that offensive front for West Burlington Notre Dame, and Reed has had very little time to operate back there in the pocket.
Oh man, he was wide open. That was me.
Yeah, that was Clay Siefkin, who was wide open right down the middle of the field, and Reed could not get it to him. It was overthrown just a skosh, and that's going to bring up a punting situation for the Falcons.
See, Reed needs to put a little bit on this punt to get Mediapolis, give them you want to give them good field position.
Well, Josh Osborne and Mason Buster are back deep to receive the punt. It's a high spiral, and they're going to fair catch it. That was Osborne with the fair catch, and it will be a 1st and 10 now from the 45-yard line of Mediapolis.
It's about a 35-yard, 40-yard punt.
Looked like he had a few defenders right in his grill, but he was able to get the punt off, fortunately.
It was 33 yards.
We'll try to do our best to keep you informed on some other scores around the area. Burlington High School is playing, I believe, up in Ottumwa.
In Ottumwa, yes, that's
and
correct.
They just ended the first quarter, and the score is 0-0 there. We'll keep you up to speed on that, as well as if we can get a Williamsburg score. We'll let you know what's happening. And what's happening right now is Holloway is doing what he's been doing all year, and that is an explosive big play around the left end. And that's going to obviously bring up a first down.
For a big guy, he has just such speed.
He runs with a lot of power and a lot of finesse. Yeah, he's, for a big kid, he is very athletic. So they are inside the red zone. Sean, going to take a pretty serious defensive stand.
Yeah, we're looking pretty deflated right now. We need something to ignite. And here he goes again, Holloway. Oh, he's tiptoeing there. He did that with, I don't think anybody touched him. Falcons got to find a way to stop him, or he'll be running on us all night.
Well, you talk about a momentum swing that has really swung in Mediapolis' favor here in the last 2 minutes, as they're going to put 14 points on the board here in a matter of about a minute 47 with that pick six. And then that 4 play drive, I believe it was, capped off by Holloway's 19-yard touchdown run. The PAT is good.
That was a 60-yard drive by their offense just right now, like you said, within a matter of 2 minutes. And, well, what was that first run? About 30 yards, 35 yards. So
yeah, big plays can kill you. And we'll take a quick break with the score here. Mediapolis leads West Burlington Notre Dame 14-0. Steve Coughlin just said it.
All right, we're back for kickoff. See if our Falcons can get excited here, get pumped up, get some energy back into it. I mean, they're looking deflated. We got to play on our toes, not on our heels.
It's going to probably take a electrifying big play from a guy like Xavier Williams or Tim Williams with that speed. It's a short kick. Hostetter's got it, and he's still on his feet.
No, get around the end there. Well, that's a good, very good field position. Looks like the 42-yard line.
Like Hunter Smith and Nick Dalton teamed up for the tackle over there on the far sideline. 1st and 10, Falcons on their own 41-yard line.
You see that defensive lineman I'm looking at, Dylan Wagner, number 68. He's 6'8", 305. Yeah, that's a big boy on that line.
I think we need to probably run to the other side of that defensive line. He is a monster.
I just noticed that when they were lining up. All right.
Here's a reverse to Xavier Williams, and he's going to fumble the ball away almost. Boy, that ball almost got stripped by Ethan Timmerman. He hung on and didn't have a lot of room to operate. He did gain a couple yards at 2nd down and 8. Sometimes he's fun to watch, but Xavier, it seems, gets a little too creative and wants to make something big happen on every play. Sometimes if he just runs in that same direction in a straight line, he can probably gain a lot more yardage. They fake the same play, and Reed's going to keep it.
First down, Falcons.
Cole Erickson, that's his 4th solo tackle of the night.
Reed comes up limping a little bit. That can't be good.
Hayden Wilson checks out. Spencer Ferguson checks into the lineup as a wide receiver for West Burlington. And the clock is ticking. 50 seconds, 3rd down and 1. We'll get one more playoff here.
Looks like Reed has trips left here. Lone wideout on the right.
Looks like Reed was going to change the call, but we have another delay of game. That's the second call of the night. This time it's against the Falcons, and they're going to walk off 5 yards and bring up now a 3rd and 6.
With everything else that is not going our way at this moment, we need to work on our time management. I mean, we're going the wrong way, guys. We started off this drive looking really good.
Ferguson checks back in. He splits wide right. Jacob Smith, wide left, along with Xavier Williams. And Reed is going to do that quarterback draw again.
Oh,
he's going to get bull rushed out of bounds just short of midfield.
We can't keep doing that all game. He come up limping that last time. We don't want him to. We need him for next week and then possible playoffs.
Of course, next year doesn't matter if we don't win tonight. I shouldn't say that. Every game matters.
Every game does matter.
But you're right. The odds of a playoff berth are mighty slim if they don't get the win tonight. Osborne and Buster are back deep to receive the punt from Reed. And they're going to let that roll.
Takes a West Burlington bounce to the 10-yard line, it looks like.
Isaiah Trousel downs it for the Falcons. And with just about 24 seconds left here in the first stanza, be 1st and 10 for Mediapolis. Beautiful night for football, Sean. It's about 49 degrees when I checked in, and a little bit of a breeze, but good night for chili. I know they got a little chili.
I caught a waft of that coming in. I think at halftime I might make I believe it's a junior post-prom committee is raising money selling chili out here.
Arthur Brown takes the snap. Gives it to
4 Falcons,
Cole
5
Erickson,
Falcons.
And he did not want to go down. Cole Erickson has been everywhere tonight on both sides of the ball.
Looks like
Juarez on the stop for West Burlington Notre Dame.
4 Falcons before Juarez got to him. You got to wrap them up, guys.
The first quarter buzzer's going to buzz here in a moment, but not before they get that play off, and they're not going to get anything. That was Erickson again. Crooks on the stop, and that will bring an end to the first quarter here at Bill Nelson Field with the score Mediapolis 14 and West Burlington Notre Dame 0. We'll be back after this short break with more action.
Back. We are starting the second quarter. Mediapolis is on the 22-yard line, 2nd and 9. And here's Brian.
We are starting the second quarter with a 2nd down 9 situation for Mediapolis. Arthur Brown is out of the shotgun. My guess might be Holloway. My guess is correct.
Oh, flag from the backfield. Ooh,
nice stop. It was Spencer Ferguson on the stop, but that play is going to be negated by an infraction for illegal shift on the Bulldogs.
This would be a key stop if we could hold them here. I know we have them pinned down somewhat deep in their side of the field. So
it would be a big stop if they can. The defense can hold here. You know, they started off the season, these Falcons, with a big come-from-behind win at Fort Madison, and then dropped 4 straight. One of which was up at Williamsburg, who's going to be really defining what happens for the Falcons in their playoff hopes by what happens with their game tonight. Then, of course, Central Lee we won, and at West Liberty last week. So we come in with a 2-game winning streak, but Mediapolis has a 4-game winning streak of their own,
right,
and they are facing a 2nd and 14 after that penalty. There's that modified wishbone,
yes,
with Arthur Brown. High snap. Isaiah Trousel is chasing down Cole Erickson, and he does a pretty good job of impeding his progress.
You know, you mentioned Williamsburg. That was the only loss that Mediapolis has, and it was a 14-13 loss, so it was obviously a pretty close game. And yeah, they definitely are defining this. Trips left, it looks like.
One of which is Holloway. He's almost in a flanker position. The pass is complete to Mason Buster. 5'9" scat back.
Looks like our Falcons held him. Well, he's at 4th and 6. And you would think they're going to come out and punt here.
Back to punt for the Bulldogs is Ethan Timmerman, 6'2", 205-pound junior. And Xavier Williams is standing back deep for the Falcons, and that is a shank.
Yep.
And that's going to give the Falcons opportunistic field position as they start their first offensive possession here in the second quarter.
It was only a 21-yard punt there, it looked like. I think it went out of bounds about the 41. All right, Falcons, you got the ball, decent field position. Let's take it in. Let's get some points on the board.
1st and 10, Falcons. They could definitely use some explosive offense here.
Oh, flag from the sideline. Oh, nice pass.
There's your explosive play, a completion over the middle to Clay Siefkin. But that penalty is probably going to go in the wrong direction if you are a Falcon fan.
You know, those little dump passes into the flat, it almost looked like an illegal shift. I believe that's what that call is.
Bob Bowen is a veteran official, basketball and football. It's an illegal shift is the infraction. That will negate that 24-yard completion to Siefkin.
I think we should, quick hitters in the flat there, work their linebackers, see if they can peak up with our speed. I mean, we got to find something to answer to their running game. There's another one up the middle.
Boy, that was a crossing pattern to Siefkin, and he was open. He had his hands on it, but it was thrown a little bit behind him, and he couldn't hang on. Incomplete.
3 or 4 now, Brian, that they've dumped in the middle, and he's been wide open. We just can't hold on to it.
Isaiah Trousel is checking in. They're taking their time. I don't want to see another delay of game penalty. I'm sure Coach Brewer doesn't either.
You would think somebody on that sideline's keeping track of that time so they know. But
well, they've had 2 of those penalties on them already. And here comes Xavier Williams in motion. Reed's looking.
He's going long ball here. Oh, touch. Oh! Falcon touchdown!
And there is the explosive play.
There you go.
That's going to ignite this team and this stadium Grant Reed to Xavier Williams. Xavier got away with a little bit of a push-off, it might look like, down there.
There was some contact about the 10-yard line, and obviously it was not us. And, Xavier brings it in for the big Falcon touchdown.
Yeah, Xavier got behind the defender and kind of had to wait for that pass to get there. He's a little underthrown and was athletic enough to separate himself from that defensive back. Oh, and made the catch and made the touchdown. Unfortunately, as you just saw, a little bobbled snap on the exchange, and they could not convert that point after attempt, which leaves the score now with 9:39 left in the first half. Mediapolis 14, Falcons 6.
We're on the board now. Now we just need to build on it. It should help ignite our defense. I mean, look what it did for the pick six did for Mediapolis. I mean, our defenders should be.
You might hear the public address announcer letting the fans here know that Rick Raleigh is retiring from coaching here. He's been here forever, and we want to thank Coach Raleigh for all he's done for West Burlington athletics, and he is on the sidelines tonight, and he will be missed. Let's hope he can provide a little inspiration for these Falcons.
We hope you folks who are watching nationwide that you're enjoying this live webcast that we could bring to you. I know it's a blast to do. I don't know about you, Brian, but I'm having a blast, and I hope we got everybody watching is too. Now that we've got some points on the board,
we got to give a shout out to our producer, executive producer, coordinating producer Brian Hopkins. He helped put this whole broadcast together. They've been doing some volleyball games. We've done a few games out here at Bill Nelson Field, and as long as you keep tuning in, we will keep bringing you the action live.
Oh, a little fumble on the number 20. Mason Buster fumbled that. It looks like he held it on.
And it looks like there was a little bit of pushing and shoving after that tackle between Jared Fogel and Buster, but no flag. 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs.
Ryan, it looks like we have 20 viewers at this moment.
Sounds like a Jerry Lewis telephone, doesn't it? give us a call or text us and let us know where you're watching from.
Yeah, if anybody wants to text us, I'll give you my number here in a few minutes, and we want to see who's the farthest from West Burlington, Iowa, watching and listening this evening.
Well, Arthur Brown hands it off to Cole Erickson, and I tell you, between him and Holloway, they run hard, and we are missing tackles. There's a lot of yards after contact beyond that front four for West Burlington Notre Dame. They've got to wrap these guys up and let their teammates come and help finish it off, because they're getting a lot of yards after initial contact.
Yeah, containment is what that front line has to do.
Holloway leads with blocking. That's Erickson again.
3 or 4 or 5.
Right behind the center.
Falcons taking him down.
A little extracurricular activity over there. Emotions are high. This has become quite a rivalry between these two schools, separated by, 22, 23 miles, something like that?
Something like that, yeah. Like I mentioned earlier, kind of like a backyard brawl, you know. We're playing your cousin or your...
Yeah, a lot of these young men know each other, and some of them actually live here in Burlington and still attend Mediapolis, so good sportsmanship. It's a healthy rivalry, and this is an important game for both teams.
Well, I would say the visiting stands are full, and from one end of the field to the other, there's everybody lined up on the fence, so Mediapolis has definitely got a lot of people here.
Well, they've got a lot of things to be excited about up there in Mediapolis, not just this football team, but the facilities they have to play on now. They got a brand new stadium up there with field turf, and give guys like Stephen Holloway some running room around that left end.
Well, they have a gentleman there. Was it Ertz? played quarterback. He's with Kansas State right now, so their football program must be doing pretty well up there.
Yeah, Brian Borzen has done a really good job with a lot of youth, a lot of young players on this roster. He's a young guy, too, but he's had a lot of success at Mediapolis as head coach. Here's Brown, and he was going to give it to Mason Buster, but the play was halted by the referee whistle. Let's see what Bob Bowen has for us. Dead ball foul.
Illegal procedure.
Illegal procedure. And that's going to cost them 5 yards. So it's going to be 1st and 15 from their own 45 for Mediapolis. It seemed early on, Sean, we had quite a bit of pressure coming from our corners and from our defensive front. I haven't seen much blitzing here in the second quarter. Let's see if we can get a little pressure on that backfield.
Well, looks like one of our linebackers going for a blitz. Yep, they're going to get him. He sneaks out of him. Oh, he's still going. Oh, we could have had him in that backfield.
Jacob Smith finally made the stop, but not after about I don't know what that was, 14, 15-yard gain. I mean, he was dead to rights. There was 4 guys in green jerseys draped all over him, and they could not wrap him up, and he slithered
exactly.
Over midfield to the 45-yard line, and second down now and 5. That's a big play.
Kind of has that wishbone look that you mentioned earlier right now.
Holloway is not in the backfield, so the give is to Cole Erickson once again. You don't miss a lot when you've got Holloway taking a break, having a breather, and you bring in Cole Erickson. They both are equally effective when they get that pigskin in their hand.
Hey, Brian, I just got a text. My aunt's watching from West Des Moines. You said your brother's watching from Dallas?
Plano, Texas. Yes, he is.
Plano, Texas. Okay.
Well, let's hope we can provide your aunt and my brother.
Yeah, she's a big football fan, mainly the Green Bay Packers, and she'll like that I said that. So, however, we don't agree there. So, come on, Falcons, hold this.
Here comes another dose of Holloway right up the gut. Looks like the tackle was made by Cody Juarez. I've heard his name throughout the evening. He's been pretty busy up there in the. If you look at tackles, he is in the top 5 for the Falcon defense. Like tackles is actually led by Isaiah Trousel. I haven't seen much of Isaiah yet tonight on the defensive side of the ball. And here comes Holloway, and
big
there
legs, big
goes
legs.
Holloway.
Guys, we got to wrap him up. Just lucky he didn't get turned a corner, but
Tim Williams finally made the stop. It's just kind of a carbon copy of the last couple of big plays that he has had. It's just as though he's like a greased pig. They cannot grab him and hang on to him. He just keeps churning those legs. It's not as though he's bowling anybody over.
Well, when they lined up, they had 4 receivers out, 2 in the slot, 2 on the wide out. And what did he do? He ran right off to the left.
That's good enough for the first down. And they are threatening again.
19.
Nice stop by the senior Nate Crooks. Not much of a gain. Might have lost a yard. Second down and 11 now for the Bulldogs.
Coming to close to 5 minutes left in the second quarter here. 14-6, Mediapolis. And they're putting together a nice little drive.
Tristan Timmerman checks into the lineup. Out wide is Tanner Gerst.
There comes that, 2 in the slot. Three trips right.
This looks like a passing situation to me. But before they can throw it, we're going to have a penalty. And it is the 4th delay of the game. That's 2 against Mediapolis, and we've had 2 against the Falcons. And Bob Bowen's watch must be working because he's called it 4 times. It's not even halftime yet.
He's on it.
But at least he's consistent. So we've got a second down and now 16 to go for the Bulldogs with 4:54 left in the half.
See if our Falcon defense has an answer here to keep them out of the red zone.
Brown kind of bobbles the snap.
Ooh, looks like a little bit of a blitz. Big flag out of the secondary.
Well, he completed the pass to Tanner Gerst. That's the same play they ran to Gerst, that little flanker screen.
Blocking the back on Mediapolis.
And that is cheating. Nice catch by Tanner Gerst, but it's going to come back. Unless the Falcons might decline this penalty. I don't know why they would do that.
I'd push him back.
They're having quite a discussion there with...
Should be 10 yards on that, I think, blocking the back, isn't it? Yep. It looks like he's getting ready to walk it off. Our defense is doing well on this drive, and apparently either Meepo is getting a little slack on their, getting these back-to-back penalties.
I don't know if we're doing well as a defense, we're just getting lucky because Mediapolis keeps shooting themselves in the foot.
Holloway in the backfield. They'll watch for Holloway here.
2nd and 26, and he's not in the shotgun. Arthur Brown is under center.
Oh, there he goes.
And believe it or not, they're going to give it to Holloway. And he gains maybe 5 or 6. Looks like Isaiah Trousel made a nice stop, which brings up 3rd down and a mile. About a 4-yard gain on that run.
Mediapolis coming out of the huddle here.
You can hear those Falcon faithful are making some noise. This would be a nice stand if they can hold them. And they're going to go for it all. And why wouldn't you when you've got...
He was wide open.
Josh Osborne.
Wide open.
30
action.
31-yard touchdown. I wish I had instant replay because he was all by himself.
He was like, hey, guys, look, I'm over here. And, yeah, that is not good.
It almost looked like a trick play, but I just think our defense fell asleep. They haven't seen a lot of passes come from Mediapolis, and, boy, did that just cripple the West Burlington defensive backfield. There was no one within 15 yards of Josh Osborne. He's a 5'9", 155-pound junior, and he didn't know what to do with himself. He was so alone out there waiting for that pass to get into his mitts.
And we can't give these guys any points like that. I mean, good Lord. 21-6, 3:42 left in the second quarter, and, yeah, we got to start answering. Folks, if you do want to text us, let you know where you're listening from, my phone number is 319-572-1335. Tell us where you're watching from, and we'll let everybody know. So we've got West Des Moines covered and Plano, Texas. So, and I think there might be a few people in West Burlington and Burlington and maybe Fort Madison too. So
we'll give you all a shout out. You can plug your business or your school or your boyfriend or girlfriend or anyone you want. We'll make sure to give them all a shout out here. We don't have any paid advertisers, so we're going to go ahead and do it pro bono.
I do have a few friends on Facebook that I know are from Mediapolis, and they're watching this evening as well.
Back to kick for the Bulldogs is Brendan Tapp. That is going to be Xavier Williams, and boy, he had a nice little seam over that near hash mark, but he got stopped by Buster at about the 35-yard line, about a 18-yard return for Xavier.
See if we have an answer to that touchdown. I think another pass to Xavier would be nice. West Burlington with 3 wideouts.
Kind of a lazy pass across the field, but it was effective. Reed's pass is good. to Jacob Smith. And that's a gain of 5. Clock is running.
Moving the ball downfield, that's what we need to do.
Second down and 5 after that gain. Ball on our own 40. And once again, out of the shotgun. Let's see if Reed can make something happen.
Trouble
with
the
legs.
Snap. We have a procedure call, or
Reed is complaining to the referee that he had a little bit of a unnecessary hit once he was on the ground and tried to scoop that ball. So we're going to do our best to keep you posted, obviously, on what's happening here at Bill Nelson Field, but we're also looking around the state for other scores, including Ottumwa at Burlington. We'll get you an update on that, as well as the Williamsburg score. And Reed
keeps it, and he's in trouble, big trouble in that back. Oh, he's got somebody downfield. Oh, at the 35-yard line.
Timmy Williams somehow got behind the defender, and there is going to be a flag on the play.
He was sitting back there playing center field.
Oh, roughing the passer is going to be obviously an automatic first down. They'll decline that.
Falcon first down on that play. The crowd comes back to life a little bit.
Well, you got to give Brant Reed credit for escaping about 3 different defenders, and he kind of zigzagged around that backfield, and he finally got a quick look down and saw his receiver was behind his defender and gave it all he got. And we've got a first down and 10 from the 14-yard line. This would be big.
All right, Falcons, let's put the ball in the end zone here.
Might be 3.
2 receivers left, 1 receiver right. 1 setback.
Timmy Williams is the setback. There's the throw.
I think he got it. He did.
Pass is complete to Smith. We're running out of time. There's a minute 47. That clock is still running. We've got 3 timeouts left. I'm wondering if Coach Brewer wants to stop that clock here.
Maybe a timeout. Time to take a
timeout
timeout
now, but after this play, he might as well use those timeouts to give them as much time as possible to.
He's got trips right, 1 left. Oh, encroachment. Should be encroachment. Got him to jump. Offside, yep. All right, Falcons.
The great Harold Tackleson once said, or always said, we will take what they give us. And if they want to give us a roughing the passer penalty and then jump off sides, that's just as good as a first down. So we'll take it. 2nd and 1 now with a minute 17 ticking away on that clock. They might want to put a little bit of a little hurry up in this offense. They're really taking their time.
He's got 2 wing backs here. Reed is he going to keep it? You got to find somebody.
He just threw that one away.
Well, he did have a receiver there behind number 18.
That was close to being outside of the pocket and could have been a intentional grounding call, but he got it away in time. So smart play. That stops the clock. 57.6 seconds. 21-6.
Well, Brian, I got a text from Gardendale, Alabama, the grandparents of Xavier Williams. So,
they must be proud watching Xavier tonight. He's
especially that touchdown. That was
I've watched him play basketball quite a bit for Notre Dame, and he is something special. That's for sure. Thanks for texting us, Grandma and Grandpa.
Oh, left side. Looks like we got the first down.
That was Isaiah Trousel with the carry, and it is indeed a 1st and goal
A Falcon first down.
Falcon band is warming up on the track, getting ready for some halftime entertainment, and we call a timeout. And we'll be back after these short messages.
Looks like we're coming out of the timeout, getting ready to. First and goal, was it on the 3-yard line?
Well, I certainly hope, and I'm sure those Falcon coaches feel the same way, that missed point after attempt comes back to haunt the Falcons if they do narrow the gap here on that scoreboard. And
that'd be great.
We'll have to wait and see. Coach Brewer might have to go for 2 here if they can convert the touchdown. And here we go. First down, goal to goal from the 3. Reed is coming up under center. I'm guessing he's going to try to draw them off sides. And he's going to keep it, go over his left guard. And is he going to get in for the touchdown?
Let's see.
It sure looked like it from here. No signal yet from the official.
Side judges. Nope, looks like it's second down according to the referee.
Boy, it is resting basically on a blade of grass separates that ball from the goal line.
All right, Falcons, let's punch it in here.
Here's Reed.
Reed, look at the keeper.
Boy, he did not get much if he got anything. And the timeout called by Coach Brewer, and there's 15 seconds left, so the clock is really becoming an issue when you've got third down and an inch to go. Obviously, it's 4-down territory, so if they can't convert on third, they've got 2 chances here, and he has 1 timeout left, so he's going to have to call a timeout if he doesn't convert this attempt. And if I was, if Greg Davis wouldn't do it at Iowa, but if I were offensive coordinator, I'd fake it right up the gut and do a little Chuck Long.
Yep, little bootleg, bootleg right. There you go.
But that's why we're up here in both. We're not down there making plays or making the calls.
You know, on our webcast this evening, I've been told we've had a total of 88 playbacks or 88 viewers over this evening so far in this first half. So we must be pretty popular. You know, hopes everybody's entertained. And
well, our listener down in Plano, Kevin Fleming, is wondering why we don't have a sideline reporter yet.
Just give us time, right?
Yeah, we are still, our budget won't allow that right now. We're working on that. Here's Reed, hand up the middle, and it looks like Braden Crew, number 63, got there first and stuffed the run.
Another timeout.
That was Isaiah Trousel that tried to find a seam in that defensive front, and he could not penetrate that goal line, and we have a 4th down and less than 1 with 9.6 seconds to go. And this would be a backbreaker. This would really be a missed opportunity if the Falcons can't convert.
What's your thoughts on, okay, we've been throwing these little dump passes, these little quick hits. How about a little play action? I mean, they think we're going to run it again. Let's throw a little dump pass in the corner of the end zone. Obviously, they're ready for us up the middle. Their big defensive line is stopping us.
Well, we are mismatched size-wise, no question up front. They're bigger up front, and we are much quicker, as we talked about at the opening of the show, that speed is really our number one weapon, and it's kind of tough to use speed when you're an inch and a half away from a touchdown, but if power running is not your forte, you might want to try something with a little more finesse, and we'll see what the Falcons have decided to call here. Got Xavier Williams is going to be split left, split right is going to be Trousel. I'm sorry, Trousel is at the fullback position, and Timmy Williams
one
back
wide
at the
out.
wing back.
One wide out left.
There's the play action.
In the corner of the end zone. Falcon touchdown.
And there is the touchdown to Clay Siefkin. I think maybe Coach Brewer heard us say we didn't get the naked bootleg.
It went right side, but yeah, maybe he heard me up here, you know.
Boy, you got to give
called it.
You got to give credit to the coaching staff. That was a well executed and well timed play. The play action rollout, and Siefkin was all by himself along the back line of that end zone for a Falcon touchdown. And they are not going to go for 2. They will go for 1.
Is it Crooks?
That's Crooks with the kick, and he's got a great leg. The kick is up and good, making the score Mediapolis 21 and your West Burlington Notre Dame Falcons 13 with 5 ticks left on the clock.
I've got another text from Lee Summit, Missouri. This gentleman coached high school principal Bruce Snodgrass in high school. I guess Principal Snodgrass was an all-state linebacker in Missouri and played at Northwest Missouri State.
Well, we're glad you're listening and watching. We'll be sure to tell him hello.
I guess he's watched Tate, Tanner, daughter Tessa, 7th grade volleyball. He says you guys are doing great on all games. Thanks, Dr. Phil Wright. So we'll make sure we tell Principal Snodgrass, Dr. Phil Wright sent his regards.
Well, we have an updated score now from Ottumwa. The Bulldogs are now leading the Greyhounds at half, 14-0. So if there is a must-win situation, Burlington is definitely in it. If they lose tonight, they have no hope of a playoff berth. And we've talked about it all night. This is a pretty meaningful game for both Mediapolis and the Falcons. And we just got 6 points closer.
Yes, and squib kick. Mediapolis takes. Ooh, nice stop. Nice stop by West Burlington.
That was Brendan Tapp, the 6'1 junior, with the, I guess you'd call it the
tap
return.
out, right?
And so they're going to have 1st and 10 and have a half a second to get this playoff. So halftime coming up here shortly. The band is going to perform. And we're going to take a little break when we get the halftime whistle blows. Let's see if
I think a little chili might be in order, Brian.
See if Mediapolis runs an actual play with a half a second left, or it looks like Brown is ready to go. He's got his gloves on now. He didn't have gloves on in the first quarter. Getting a little chillier out there. And there's the give to guess who?
Mr. Holloway. Rumbling, stumbling, bumbling, and still going.
Wow. It looks like the Levi Eberhardt was the Falcon that was able to finally drag him down. I'm sorry.
Crooks.
It was Crooks, my mistake. I was looking at the wrong roster. So we have a score at halftime on Blackout Friday here in West Burlington with the score, the Mediapolis Bulldogs 21, West Burlington Notre Dame Falcons 13. Enjoy the halftime show. We'll see you in a bit. Welcome back to Falcon football with the halftime score 21-13 in favor of the visiting Mediapolis Bulldogs, and the halftime festivities. The marching band has concluded. The dance team did a wonderful job, and we are 9 seconds away from kickoff.
Chili is delicious. I guess it was a chili dump. And
we got to thank our friends over at Jimmy John's for keeping everybody up here in the press box well fed. So thanks to Tony Diaz and all of his Jimmy John's folks for keeping everybody here happy and not hungry.
All right, Falcons, let's ride that touchdown into this second half.
Well, we were just talking while we were off the air, the number of missed opportunities and mistakes. You know, this game really should be a one-point game. If we don't have the pick six, you certainly can't blame Reed for that, but that was not an opportune time to throw that pass. So unfortunately, that pick six was killer. And then the penalties, both sides have been penalized, but I think the timing of our penalties have been crucial. And then probably on a defensive side, Sean, the third down conversions, they're getting third down conversions on 3rd and 12 and 3rd and 18 and 2nd and 26. So stopping the big play, it sounds cliche. That's what everybody says on Sundays and during most broadcasts. But you get a crippling big play, and it just deflates the momentum and your enthusiasm as a team.
Absolutely. Defenses should feed on the fact that they have them pinned back at 3rd and 12 or 2nd and 26. I mean, you should take advantage of that. We need to find an answer to Holloway to stop in his run game. Even there that last drive of theirs, and you were talking about possibly being closer game. There's 2 possible fumbles that we could have recovered.
Yeah, exactly.
That went. Mediapolis ended up keeping the ball, and I think that was one of their touchdown drives. So our defense come out, play smart. Got a little bit of a break here. Let's ride the momentum into this second half, this third quarter.
We don't have an official statistician, but unofficially, my game ball for the first half probably has to go to Cole Erickson for Mediapolis. He's been everywhere on both sides of the ball. He's got 5 solo tackles and a couple of assist tackles. He also has had a couple of receptions, and I think he's had 6 carries for about 39 yards. So Cole Erickson and coupled with Holloway are 2 dynamic duos when it comes to running that football. So I'm sure Coach Brewer had some choice words for his defense. We've got to wrap up these running backs. They are a little bit bigger than us, but we got to use our athleticism to try to slow down that running attack. And hopefully on the offensive side of things, Brant Reed will be patient back there. We'll use his speed, his athleticism, and get the ball into the hands of Isaiah Trousel and Timmy Williams and Xavier Williams, and see if we can stage a comeback here in the second half.
Yeah, let's do it, Falcons. Let's get, you mentioned Reed. Those last 2 touchdown passes were beautiful.
And there's the kick. And back deep,
trouble.
fumbling it is number 20. That's Mason Buster.
Looks like he's about the 29-yard line.
And the stop was made by, I'd say, a flock of Falcons. There was quite a few of them surrounding him. So
here we go on defense.
1st and 10, Mediapolis. Ball on their own 30-yard line.
I think a 3 and out to start the half would be very nice.
I don't think there's been many 3 and outs for Mediapolis. We'd have to go back to our unofficial statistician to find out. But it seems like they've just come up with big play after big play on 3rd and long.
There's Erickson.
No, that's
fumble!
Right.
Fumble, and West Burlington has it. Looks like the 45-yard line.
Jacob Smith.
Nice heads-up defense. He got in there. I don't know. Jacob Smith.
We said we needed another big play, and boy, did we get one. I was telling you how we have to wrap up these offensive running backs, and wrapping up and stripping the ball. I'll take stripping
that ball.
Absolutely.
He got that right hand in there and just stripped it right out.
I didn't see if it was Jacob Smith that made the strip, but he certainly was the one that pounced on that fumble. And that is a 1st and 10 for the Falcons from the 45-yard line. And let's see what Reed can do. He's going to give it to Isaiah Trousel, and he gets dragged to the ground by number 73. That's John Masner. He's a 6'2", 215-pound junior. He's a big boy.
Looks like he needs to fix his laundry there. He's came up kind of slow there.
2nd down and just about 9. Spencer Ferguson replaces Trousel in the lineup. He's got a little equipment malfunction. Get his training staff on that, and he'll be back in probably at the next play.
How about a little screen pass here, Brant?
Xavier Williams and Jacob Smith are split wide right.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
No.
Trouble with it, and
Number 36 jumped on that. Weston Beats. That was a bad snap. That wasn't the first bad snap we've seen tonight, and you certainly can't blame Reed for his inability to handle that snap. It was right down by his shoelaces and kind of bounced off his ankles, as you probably saw if you're watching, and unfortunately, another turnover.
Looked like Williams had a chance to recover it, though, before it bounced into Mediapolis' hands. On the field, here we go. Well, looks like we're going to try to put some pressure on the quarterback here.
Well, here's the rollout by
There,
Brown. He overthrows his intended receiver.
Who was that?
That's Josh Osborne.
Looks like Crooks brought the quarterback down as he was throwing. Well, I like that look, getting in there and getting pressure on the quarterback. Don't give him any time to think.
Our friends over at Burlington Area Family Practice have tuned us in. I'd like to welcome those medical miracle makers over at off of Gear Avenue.
Oh, here goes Erickson.
And that was another big gain for a 1st down by Erickson. He doesn't even really have to follow his blockers because he's got so much speed. He just runs right around those defenders, and it's not a matter of breaking tackles. He just
he's not as big as Holloway, but he's a downhill runner. He gets them legs going, and you better hold on.
It's a dangerous tandem. You get Holloway for a couple plays. He gets a break, and then in comes Erickson, and
Holloway put on his backside. I think he ran into somebody he wasn't expecting.
Isaiah Trousel kind of dragged him down. It looks like the initial contact came from West Burlington's Cody Juarez, and that is his 6th assist on the defensive side of the ledger. Juarez is really playing a solid game up front. We've heard his name a lot tonight.
Well, that's what we need, our guys up front to take care of business.
Tanner Gerst is spread way left for Mediapolis.
Oh, and Holloway up the middle.
I don't even know why we mention the offensive formation, because 9 out of 10 times they're going to give it to Holloway or Erickson.
Hostetter and Crooks on that stop there.
That's one of the most frustrating things about football is you know what they're going to do and you just can't do much about it.
What is that kid? He's 6 foot, 210 pounds. That's a lot of back coming at you.
Mason Buster now is in the offensive backfield along with Erickson. The give is to Erickson, and he's going to get stopped.
Nice.
That was Brayton Seitz, the junior. He's a big boy, 6'3", 270. So nice stop by that defensive front by West Burlington Notre Dame, and that's going to bring up a 4th down and 5 for Mediapolis.
I think that's the first time you've mentioned his name tonight.
It is. If I got a 275-pound kid sitting on my bench, I might not be doing my job as a defensive coach because he fills a lot of space.
All right, 4th and 5. Mediapolis is going for it here.
Oh, there's that sprint.
Oh, we got to get to him. Fumble. It's a scramble. It looked like he possibly had that first down, but
that it was a sprint pass or a sprint option pass for Brown, and he juked Isaiah Trousel out of his shoes, and he kept running and fumbled the ball when he got down to the end of the play at about the 12, and it will appear as though the Bulldogs will retain possession. We do have a official timeout for a measurement. This measurement is brought to you by AstraZeneca Pharmaceuticals. If you can't afford your medication, AstraZeneca might be able to help.
Defense with the hold there.
I know Elena Abouasli and Alex Abouasli are thrilled by that defensive stand. They are big West Burlington Notre Dame Falcon fans, and I know they're listening tonight.
Great.
So I had to shout out to Alex, Elena, Chloe, and Bandit. Even the dogs are listening tonight. All right.
Well, hopefully they're not howling from our voices. How
That's
about that?
Opportune time to get 1st and 10 for Brant Reed.
Nice little quick hit off to the left side there.
That's Jacob Smith out to about the 19.5 yard line.
Spread it out, Falcons. Work on this defense.
They give him a nice spot. Gain of about 6 on the play for Smitty. 7:52 remains as the clock winds down here in the third quarter. 21-13 is your score. Mediapolis on top. Coming in with a 4-game winning streak. The Falcons have their own winning streak, coming in with 2 straight wins. So it's a big, big night if you want to make the playoffs and you're one of these 2 teams.
Reed with a nice pass up the middle.
Wow.
I think that was a catch. It was. Nice.
Xavier Williams made an acrobatic catch. It was not very well thrown. It was a wounded duck, and Xavier got his mitts underneath it and cradled into his rib cage, and it is a completed pass for a Falcon first down.
Another perfect example of Xavier's athleticism right there. Falcons putting a nice little drive together. Let's keep it going, boys.
You can feel the momentum. This blackout crowd here at Bill Nelson Field making a lot of noise. The Mediapolis contingent on the other side has filled the stands.
Nice little first down pass. Little quick hits. They're working.
That was Xavier Williams again for a short gain. That's what that play was designed for, about a 6-yard gain. Got about 5. Second down and 3 now for the Falcons.
Looks like he has 3 wideouts here.
Hayden Wilson is one of them. Xavier Williams is here to the near side. And Jacob Smith is split wide right.
Keeper with a read. He's got an opening. He's got a seam. Oh, he's got the speed. It's going in for a Falcon touchdown. Well, this crowd's crazy now.
That is a 53-yard touchdown.
He got around that corner, and it was off to the races. It was a track meet for a Falcon touchdown.
That Falcon touchdown was brought to you by Tammy Starkey, your Century 21 property professional. When you're thinking real estate, think Tammy.
That from our producer.
So that brings the score to a very interesting situation, 21-19, because of that missed point after attempt earlier in the first half.
Crucial point after attempt right here. Crucial.
Well, the crowd is chanting for a 2-point conversion attempt, and that is
like
what they're going to try to do. And I'm guessing Mediapolis is going to call time, or the Falcons have. Either way, it's 21-19, and we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back in just a moment.
We're back. We hope everybody watching the webcast enjoying this exciting action. West Burlington going for 2.
Tim Williams to the left of Brant Reed. Isaiah Trousel to the right. A sprint.
Oh, back corner, yes!
Clay
Two-point conversion converted. We have a tie ball game.
That was a very well-designed play. It's the same touchdown they threw on the other end in the first half when they dragged Siefken to the opposite side of the field behind that Mediapolis defense, and he was all alone for a 2-point conversion, and we do have ourselves a ball game.
Crowd's into it. Got a little back and back playing. You know where we've heard that. Little place up there in Iowa City.
Yeah, big game tomorrow for the Hawkeyes as they play Maryland, the Fighting Terrapins, for the first time in Iowa history. So it ought to be an interesting matchup as the Maryland and Rutgers have joined the Big Ten Conference, and Hawkeyes are going on the road as underdogs for the first time in a while. So I'm looking forward to seeing how they perform out there on the East Coast.
I believe.
But right now, I'm more interested to see if we can maintain this momentum and put some more points on the board and slow down.
Yeah, defense needs to come out and stop, because the Holloway show is coming. Their answer is going to be him.
And you think about the turnover situation. We've turned it over more than Mediapolis has.
Squib kick.
And yet we've been able to benefit from those turnovers. And the defense has done a good job of slowing down that Mediapolis offense. I'm not sure if that was an intended onside or squib kick or went off the side of Crooks' foot, but nonetheless, it is 1st and 10. We're all tied up with 6:50 left here in the third quarter at Bill Nelson Field on Blackout Friday. It's senior night here in West Burlington. Thanks all of our seniors. Congratulations on all of your accomplishments. Thanks to all the senior parents for doing what you do. And let's send those seniors off tonight with a big win.
Holloway right up the middle. That's 9-yard jaunt right up the middle.
Well, the best way to stop a guy like that is to do exactly what Spencer Ferguson did, and that is tackle him low. And he grabbed him down by the ankles and knocked him on his backside, but not after a 10-yard gain. So you don't want your defensive backs making most of your tackles. You want to get those linebackers and that defensive front making that initial contact when possible.
Bill Nelson Field is rocking. They're getting loud.
1st and 10, right at the 49-yard line of the Falcons.
Oh, that was
Erickson. Boy, he just bowled somebody over. I wasn't sure which defender that was, but he got his head down and he burrowed for about 3 or 4 yards.
I mean, it's like he's a mini me to Holloway, the way they come at you.
They do complement one another very well. Holloway still taking a breather. Erickson is in the backfield along with
left.
Brown. Brown's in the familiar shotgun formation.
Oh, nice wrap. Ooh, might almost been a horse collar there, but
yeah, that was that Brayton Sights, I'm sorry, that 275-pounder. He almost got called for a horse collar or a face mask, but it was an effective tackle, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down and 9. Sean, there's been a lot of conversions for Mediapolis on 3rd down and long tonight, so let's hope that trend does not continue here.
Falcons need to hold right here. Show their presence on defense. Be ready for anything.
Over on the sideline watching.
Oh, a little trouble with the snap.
Here comes a blitz.
They get to him in the back, and it's a sack by the Falcons.
Jacob Hostetter, the senior, came on a Red Dog blitz and just got a fingernail on Brown's shoelaces and tripped him up, and that is a crucial sack. And brings up a 4th and 9 for Mediapolis.
Think we go after this punt? At least try to.
This is the second punt of the night for Mediapolis. They haven't had to punt because they like to go for those 4th down conversions. And we have another stoppage in the action, another flag.
thrown in the direction of our returner.
We might have too many.
It's obviously on West Burlington. They're marching.
Well, that's still fourth down. We had 12 men on the field. That's an inexcusable mistake at this stage of the season. You might make that mistake at the beginning of the year, but boy.
See if Williams can find a seam here in this return. Get us very good field position.
Ethan Timmerman gets the punt away. It's going to take a big Bulldog bounce. And I thought that carried him into the end zone, but Marty Bowen, our head linesman, once again pins the Falcons on their own, looks like 1 or 2 yard line.
Maybe 2 yard line.
Well, once again, the optimistic fan says we did a great job of stopping them on defense. And,
absolutely.
Let's see if we can get a sustainable drive as the third quarter winds down to about the 4-minute mark.
You know, Brian, these little quick hits we did that last drive, I mean, we're going to need something to get out of this little hole right here. I don't think running the ball is going to be the answer in that big front line.
Well, I've seen most of the home games, and I've seen Isaiah Trousel be very effective, and I've seen Timmy Williams and his speed make some great impact offensively, and I've seen very little of both of them on the offensive side tonight.
Long touchdown, Reed's probably leading the night in rushing. I mean, he's over 100 yards.
Well, as I said at the opening of the show, he is our leading rusher. Going into this game, he'd rushed for 4 touchdowns at about 8 yards per carry, has 598 yards for the year, followed by Timmy Williams and Isaiah Trousel. So,
penalty marker was picked up, and now we're starting play.
Reed gives to Tim Williams.
He's finding the corner. Oh, no, we got another track meet here. Down the end. He could.
Watch out.
No, it's going to be another Falcon touchdown. That is a 98-yard Falcon touchdown.
It is appropriate when you said it's a track meet. Tim Williams is one of the 4 members of that 4x100 track combination for the Falcons. It's
pandemonium in the press box up here and down on the field. What an awesome run.
Well, it was fun to watch because as he came around that end, he just turned on the afterburners, and the last Mediapolis defender, Tristan Timmerman, reached out and tried to stumble him up, and he could not catch him, and away he went for a 98-yard touchdown run. And unfortunately, as you might have just seen, that's the second missed point-after attempt for the Falcons. But we still, after an explosive third quarter, now have a lead. West Burlington Notre Dame 27, Mediapolis Bulldogs 21. We'll be back in just a moment.
All right, after that touchdown, Falcons line it up to kick it off. I would think they should nice deep kick here, put them deep in their own field.
Well, I said that sounded like a broken record a little bit, but the missed opportunities at the point after, I hope doesn't come back and haunt us later in this game. But the 2-point conversion to Siefkin made up for that in the first half. Now Crooks is going to kick it off to Erickson, and
another squib.
Kind of a squib kick. Maybe they're trying to keep it away from them. This is going to be.
About the 41.
That was Josh Osborne.
Flag coming from the right side here.
Looks like the stop was initially made by Brian Brem for the Falcons. There is,
penalty marker.
Not surprisingly, another yellow flag on the turf.
There's been a lot of laundry thrown on the field today, hasn't there?
Yeah, this refereeing crew is a veteran crew. Bob Bowen's been around a long time. And when he makes calls like that, I'm okay with it. So
Absolutely.
If he wants to stop play to send Mediapolis in the other direction, we'll go ahead and take that. So that is an illegal block in the back on the return.
I got a text from somebody here in West Burlington, has a little one at home, can't make it out. She says we're doing great.
Well, thank you.
Big shout out to Kiala Reich. Her husband and I used to be firemen together, and he is actually a fireman on the Burlington Fire Department. All right.
First and 10 for the Bulldogs. Boy, here is a time now where if this defense can hold them to a 3-and-out and not give up the big play, it will really swing that momentum back in the Falcons' favor.
Absolutely. Then we could we opened that running game last drive, as short as it was.
Well, we talked about it before kickoff, how our speed has to out-finesse the bulk and the power of their running attack.
Like almost a reverse there.
That was Mason Buster. You know, I haven't seen Holloway as much this second half.
Because I figured it'd be the Holloway show, and he's in there.
But I do have to give props out to that running attack, because they've really got it's like a three-headed monster between Erickson and even Brown on the keeper, and of course Holloway, the workhorse back there. So 2nd and 7 for the Bulldogs, and there's the give up the gut.
Our line
That's
held it.
Holloway. Holloway's exchanging
Pleasantries.
I don't think he's exchanging recipe cards.
There you go.
Getting a little heated down there. Nice stop by Siefkin.
Yeah, they are re-energized Falcons have pretty much taken the air out of the sideline on Mediapolis. It's pretty quiet over there.
Another couple scores to update you on. At the end of the third in Ottumwa, the Bulldogs lead the Greyhounds 24-0. And Williamsburg is leading Central Lee by a score of 21-8.
Oh!
That pass intended for Timmerman falls incomplete, and that's going to bring up a 4th down for Mediapolis, and looks like Ethan Timmerman is going to have to come back and punt it away again for the Bulldogs.
Xavier's going to have a perfect chance to get, if he wants to run one back, this is going to be the perfect chance. You know, you mentioned Burlington losing. Once they got into district play, they've had all kinds of problems since they've left the MAC, and now they're playing in the district. And
boy, what a wonderful job they've done, though, at Bracewell Stadium.
Oh, it's beautiful. Anybody gets a chance to get down there, it's beautiful. Xavier, he gets out of the he could go up the middle. Oh, he's got one guy to beat coming around the end. It's another Falcon touchdown.
That would give most special teams coaches a heart attack, because that is not how you are coached. But when you've got Xavier Williams back there, you might have to throw out
2 guys who were 1 yard away from him. He just slipped right through him, and then again the speed, Brian.
Like I said, that is not the way they write it up during your special teams film study. But when you have the explosiveness and the athleticism of Xavier Williams, he is just exciting to watch. He is a touchdown waiting to happen, and here we go on the 2-point try, and once again we will have a stoppage of play because Meepo wants to think about it, and they call timeout.
On this timeout, Brian, if anybody wants to text us up here in the booth, my number is 319-572-1335. Tell us where you're watching from. I've been told we've had up to over 90 watchers tonight at one time or another, so we hope you're entertained, enjoying, and I'll tell you what, we're having a blast up here watching these guys off to the races in this second half.
Well, these offensive fireworks aren't just taking place here for the Falcons. Unfortunately, up in Ottumwa, it is now 31-0 with 11 minutes left in the fourth quarter. So the Greyhounds are struggling a little bit on the road, but here at home, it is all Falcons here in the second half.
We've really, since they've scored What'd you
So
say?
this reminds me, although I wasn't there live, this reminds me of the fireworks they put up at Fort Madison in that first game of the year. And that, unfortunately, is not going to convert, and that leaves the score at 33-21. But if you remember, at halftime, the score was 21-13 in favor of our visitors, and it is now a 20-point turnaround.
Yeah, 20 unanswered points in favor of the Falcons.
So here's the situation, 33-21 in favor of West Burlington Notre Dame. There's 2 minutes and 24 seconds remaining in the third quarter. It is a must-win situation for the Falcons. It also is a semi-must-win situation for Mediapolis if either team wants a playoff berth. And it looks as though Williamsburg is in control of their game against Central Lee. So if that pans out for a Williamsburg victory, this has become a must-win for the Falcons. And what an exciting must-win it has become.
I'm getting some text. Isaiah's dad from Tampa, Florida.
Another squib kick. Look out. Erickson returns the kickoff. Jordan Reherd was the first there to make contact and slow him down.
Another text from Wyoming. We're all over the map here, Brian. Sheridan, Wyoming. Senior Hayden Wilson's mom and dad.
Well, we sure appreciate everybody watching, listening from all over the place tonight. Keep texting us. Let us know if you have any shout-outs for anybody. But we certainly hope you're enjoying the action on the gridiron, most importantly, because this has become
a very exciting game,
to say the least. Here comes Holloway. He isn't going to go down easy. And boy, did Xavier Williams twist him like a piece of macaroni and spun him out of bounds after a pretty significant gain. But got to give little Xavier props. That was a pretty effective stop on that bulldog of a running back, Holloway.
Would you say he brought him down in rude fashion?
I wouldn't say it was rude. I'd just say it was athletic and effective. But unfortunately, it was a first down for Holloway, and he is now split wide right at that flanker position.
Wow. Our line has just stepped up and answered the call this second half.
Big number 71. Brayton Seitz and Cody Juarez have both done a very solid job tonight in plugging those holes and trying to at least slow down or impede that very impressive running game of Mediapolis.
Getting more text. Looks like somebody from the class of 96. And Isaiah's dad is his best friend. Happy to see him doing so well tonight.
Second down and 10 for Mediapolis. Holloway now back in a blocking position.
Oh, big run up the middle here.
Boy, he had a lot of
fumble! Fumble, that ball is loose.
Mason Buster was the ball carrier, and the referee will say he was down before that ball squirted loose.
Let's see.
That was an impressive run. Boy, did he just get through that hole lickety-split. And they are now looking at a first down and 10. They'll probably run that same play again. And they do. This time to
Holloway.
The workhorse, Holloway. And he stumbles his way up to about the 30-31 yard line of the Falcons.
They're certainly not giving him the amount of room that he had in that first half. I mean, he was looking at the linebackers 3 steps out. So,
well, the good news is time is running out here in the third quarter. So the longer these running plays take, the more clock they eat up. And if they are going to stage a comeback, they're not going to have an abundance of time as the fourth quarter is right around the corner.
big second down right here. Oh, wrapped him up right on the line of scrimmage.
Boy, that buster is quick. Between the Williams boys, Isaiah Trousel, and then this buster, boy, he's just the complete opposite of Holloway, the big bruising running back. Is a lot different than the 5'9", 155-pound buster. He is slippery and he is quick.
That's the end of the third quarter.
And it is senior night here at Bill Nelson Field. And we have a score going into the fourth quarter of your West Burlington Notre Dame Falcons 33 and the Mediapolis Bulldogs 21. We'll step away for a few minutes and come back to bring you all the fourth quarter action right after this. Back to live action. 3rd down and 5 as we begin the fourth quarter of play for Mediapolis on the 30-yard line of the Falcons. And look out. There goes Holloway off the right tackle for another big gain. I'm going to guess, without having official stats, that he has got to be over that 100-yard mark.
Absolutely. Just getting more text. Looks like a lot of Isaiah's family's watching this evening.
Well, let's get word down to that coaching staff or next door to the booth that we need to get Isaiah the ball a little more often, although his teammates are doing a pretty good job so far. I'd say Isaiah has been a stalwart on defense tonight as well. He's made a lot of key stops for that Falcon defense. Here's Brown handing off to Buster.
Got a text from Hayden Wilson's father in Sheridan, Wyoming. He said he and Hayden are very close. This is the first game he's ever missed. He wanted to have us mention that.
2nd down and 9. Ball is resting on the 11-yard line of West Burlington. Holloway is the lone setback. The wingman is Buster. The give is to Holloway, and he is not going to go down easy. He's not going to go down at all. And an 11-yard touchdown run for Mediapolis.
Correction on that. This is the first game he's ever seen him play, and he wanted us to mention that he is so proud of him. That's Hayden Wilson's father out in Sheridan, Wyoming. We're proud of all the Falcons tonight. They're doing an outstanding job.
Well, with that Holloway touchdown, it's a 6-point ball game. In to attempt the extra point for Mediapolis is Big John Masner.
Ooh.
And the kick is up and good.
He got every bit of that.
That makes the score Falcons 33, Bulldogs 28 with 10 minutes and 48 seconds remaining in the game. We will step away, take a quick break, and be back in just a moment.
All right, back on the air here for the kickoff. Crowd trying to get pumped up. We're going to get the ball back. We got a really close game here.
Brendan Tapp will do the honors and kick off for the Bulldogs. It is a Wibber.
Oh, no!
Oh,
the ball.
You
that
talk
coming.
about special teams play having an impact on the outcome of a game.
He hit him
Coach
hard.
Brewer is not pleased with Hayden Wilson. Sorry, Dad.
Well, he hit him really hard, so
Yeah, he got hit pretty hard.
he's got a little problem with his jersey there. That
I guess it's okay when Xavier Williams fields a ball like that and takes it 78 yards for a touchdown.
well, defense,
That's unfortunate. That's too bad.
defense just got to stand up and hold him here. Not let him get a drive going. I mean, we got 10 minutes, 45 seconds left in the game.
Well, you don't want to play not to lose, but you also don't want to play foolishly. And then that was an unforced error, so to speak, on special teams by the Falcons.
Well, if we look back to our keys to a Falcon victory, we want to keep it close and make plays here in the fourth and believe we can win. And, not, like you said, special teams, you can make or break yourself with the special teams.
That was Mason Buster gaining about a yard. 2nd and 9 now. 10 minutes and change remaining here in the fourth quarter at Bill Nelson Field. Mediapolis is gaining momentum. You can guarantee you're going to see a
Nice
lot
wrap
of
up the middle.
Holloway up the middle and Buster around the end. It just seems as though they almost have a platoon type of strategy here. You hear Erickson's name 3 or 4 times in a row. You hear Buster's name 2 or 3 times in a row. And then, of course, Holloway is the go-to guy,
Right.
and he is a tough customer. There's no doubt about it.
Well, you're right with the platooning. You could definitely see that.
4-3 defense in place for the Falcons. They haven't put much pressure at all.
There
Up
goes
front.
Holloway for first down.
I'm sure nobody listening remembers a guy named Jerry Huffman from Southern Strongers back in the 80s, but he runs exactly like Holloway. He is a brute to bring down. Those knees are always turning almost like a Roger Craig when he played at San Francisco.
Roger Craig from Davenport West High School.
Boy, this Holloway kid is a bruiser. First down and 10. They got a wide receiver split left that is uncovered.
Oh, there's one right.
But when you've got this running attack,
Oh, they got a hole. They got to bring
Clicking.
him down.
there's no sense to worry about throwing it the way they're running the ball. Now, that was Erickson again. If the defense can't stop it, a lot of coaches will just keep bringing it. And that is what's happening with these last 2 possessions. There hasn't been a pass in the second half for Mediapolis yet. It's been all run all night. And
like
now
you
it's
said,
1st and 10.
platooning the 3 different backs. You got that wishbone look. Coming around the end. Oh, nice tackle right on the line.
That was Erickson, brought down by Jacob Hostetter, the senior. Special night for him, one of the few seniors. And I think I see some hands on knees out there. I think this Falcon defense is getting a little winded, getting a little tired.
Yeah, that running game will do that. I mean, the amount of strength that you have to bring him down, that big Holloway.
2nd down, 7 yards to go. Ball is on the Falcons 17.
Holloway
Now
around
look
the
out.
right side. Oh, nice.
Holloway does a really good job of just not going down. He might be falling forward, but he keeps his knees churning, and he dove for that pylon.
Looked like a little
I
strong
shouldn't say
arm,
the
too.
pylon, but out towards the first down marker. And he got the first down. Williams made the stop.
That interior line of theirs is giving him room to run, too. I mean,
They're just sealing the edges for him, too, and he gets around that corner, and he might have a 175 or 165-pound cornerback trying to stop him, and that's a mismatch.
that is a mismatch. Got to keep him out of the end zone here.
That was Erickson with the carry right between that guard center gap over the left edge. Gets about 3. The clock is running. There's 7:22 remaining. 33-28 is your score. Falcons on top, but the Bulldogs are threatening.
Blackout night here at Bill Nelson Field's been extremely exciting.
Second down, 7 yards to go. He's got that full backfield with 3 of his running backs. The give is going to be to
left side. He's in for the touchdown.
That's Josh Osborne. So if you can't stop Erickson and you can't stop Holloway, they'll just go ahead and give it to Josh Osborne, the 5'9 junior, and he'll scamper around the end and give you 6.
Obviously, he's one of their speedsters, and that's what it looked like. He just outran everybody to the corner there, and nobody got to him.
The points after turnover in this game is quite lopsided in favor of Mediapolis. They've scored, I believe, every time we've turned the ball over to them.
At least 21 points, but now, like you said, probably 28 now.
34-33. Bulldogs looking for the 2-point conversion. There's the give to Holloway. And he is in.
Well, in this backyard brawl, Mediapolis answers the call. They take the lead. We're a field goal behind, and we need to find some energy, guys, because you look a little deflated down there.
Boy, I tell you, what a swing of emotion and momentum here in the last 4 minutes of this ball game. That fumble on the kickoff was so unfortunate and untimely for these Falcons. They were really on a roll. Had a lot of passion, a lot of excitement, a lot of confidence, and boy, did that just burst their bubble.
Well, you folks watching at home or on your phones, on your laptop, whatever, put your hands together. Let's get some Falcon pride going here.
Well, the Falcons have nothing to be ashamed of. They've played one heck of a ball game, especially in the second half. And it's not over. It's far from being over. We've got 6 minutes and 53 seconds left to play in this ball game, and they are down 3. I have not seen much of a leg from Brendan Tapp. He doesn't. There's a end-over-end kick.
Hold that ball.
Pick it up. Oh, gosh. That's number 32 on the stop for Mediapolis, Devin Wagenbach. That is poor special teams play. I have to be blunt. That's
yeah, it is what it is. Like, we got. What did you say? Well, we got to play with what we have. And
we looked a little lazy there. Xavier was just kind of letting that ball roll up to his ankles, and he picked it up. And great special teams coverage on behalf of Mediapolis. And here we go, offense. 1st and 10.
All right,
for your Falcons.
Let's use this speed. Let's get back in this game, Falcons.
There's the high snap. Reed's looking. He's going to run.
Oh, slithers out.
And he almost escapes. But Holloway, you've heard that name on offense. He's also a pretty significant run stopper on defense as well. And we get about 3.
Yeah.
So it's second down and a long 7. Short 8. The clock is running. Both teams still have 2 timeouts remaining.
Looks like we got
Jacob Smith is split wide right. Timmy Williams is behind Reed. He's in the shotgun. Reed's looking to pass.
Little quick pass. Good job there. He's still moving. Yeah, first down. Falcon first down.
It looked like on that stop that Tristan Timmerman might have grabbed.
Yeah, his helmet is off. Somebody lost their lid.
That's Spencer Ferguson who made the catch, and his helmet was somehow removed legally, and no flag on the play, but a great completion, great first down for West Burlington Notre Dame as we now cross into the 5-minute mark. It's 5:59, and the clock is moving. So is the Falcon offense. Here's Reed. Looking to pass again.
Nice little quick pass. Oh, need to hold on. Did he hold on?
No, he did not. That was number 7, Rel Greer, sophomore, could not get the ball under control, and the defender came and knocked it out. So that stops the clock. Second down, 10 to go.
We hope everybody at home and on the webcast is enjoying this. Again, if you want to give us to give a shout out, the number's 319-572-1335.
The Falcons have everybody spread out. That's clearly a passing formation. Reed is looking deep,
right down the middle. In and out of his hands. He would have had it at the 35-yard line.
That was Jacob Smith, the intended receiver. Boy, he got separation, turned on some speed, got behind the defender, and just couldn't hang on. I think he caught it for maybe an instant, and then the defender came and tripped him up and could not maintain control. Great effort, great throw. Unfortunately, we're in third down situation here, 10 to go.
What do you think? The speed outlasts us. Let's go deep again. We got a lone safety setback.
Xavier Williams comes in motion. It's a bad snap, and Reed's going to have to do something miraculous.
There we go. Reed's going in. Oh, yeah. First down, Falcons.
Well, I said miraculous. That's what that was. Bad snap. He jumped to get it. Had no protection, and he was able to somehow muster a first down. That is special. Great heads-up play by Brant Reed.
Good scramble ability. Way to read.
5:31 on that first down. The clock is stopped. Falcons trailing by 3. 2 timeouts left. Reed in the shotgun. Another high snap.
Another quick out. We'll take the yards. We'll take the yards.
That was Jacob Smith. Nice grab. Gain of 5 or 6. Second down and about 4. The ball is just beyond the midfield stripe.
I think maybe 1 or 2 more plays here. We might get a momentum shift because that clock will be our ally and not our nemesis.
Well, you got to be thinking too, if you can't get in to the end zone, we still have Crooks, who's got a solid leg that could potentially go for the field goal. Oh, that was so close.
It almost looked like it went up on his leg. But,
yep, Ferguson tried to dig that one out of the dirt, and he couldn't. He tried to get away with it and couldn't quite fool the referee. We're back to third down again, 4 to go.
We have another text come in. Emily Siefkin watching her senior brother Clay and the rest of the Falcons. She's watching from Monmouth College because she had basketball practice tonight. Go green, she says.
Go green indeed. Boy, and Clay is having a whale of a game tonight. Haven't seen him much here in the fourth quarter.
He's going for the home run. Oh! In and out of his hands. And he had nothing but daylight. Nothing but daylight.
Boy, was that close.
What was that, number 6? Osborne made a play on it, missed it, and went in and out of his hands.
So we talk a lot about the speed of the Williamses and Isaiah Trousel and Reed. Jacob Smith has some pretty good wheels as well and just couldn't quite get underneath Reed's pass.
Looks like we're going for it.
I'm going to guess the timeout's going to be called by Coach Brewer, and we will take a timeout ourselves and come back in just a minute. Welcome back to Bill Nelson Field in West Burlington, Iowa. It's Blackout Friday. It's senior night, and we've got a whale of a ball game. It's 4th down and 4. Brant Reed is in the shotgun. He's going to throw it.
He's got him open. Nope. Get rid of it. Oh, it's a caught for a Falcon first down.
That was Xavier Williams.
Another athletic catch.
And it is a very timely first down.
Falcons making plays. Isaiah with his athleticism. Only he could have made that catch.
And what a time for Norman Fleming in Plano to join the broadcast. Welcome, Norman. Norman just texted me from Dallas. Norm is a big Notre Dame Nike fan and obviously a Falcon fan too during football season. Welcome, Norm. First down and 10. Reed is in the shotgun. Williams is at his hip.
Almost like a little... Oh, here he goes. He's a keeper down the right side. Oh, nice little shoulder drop. Way to go, Reed. Way to show authority. Dropped that shoulder. Was about the 27-yard line.
Brant Reed made 2 huge plays on 4th and 4. He had about an inch and a half left on his own sideline when he got that pass off to get the first down to Xavier Williams, and he used his feet and his legs on that first down play to get another first down. As the clock is now stuck at 4:39, we've got 1 timeout left. We're down 3, and we are back in the shotgun, and let's see what Coach Brewer has called now.
Another keeper up the middle.
Oh, I thought he fumbled it.
Ooh.
I think he did. I think he fumbled that and either fell on it himself or one of his teammates jumped on it.
I don't know what Coach said at the timeout there, but these boys are fired up. They look a little more kick in their step here. And a friend of mine, Molly Sanders, here in West Burlington, couldn't make it out, but she has us on the 60-inch there, Brian. So
Spencer Ferguson, wide right. Jacob Smith, wide left. In motion goes Xavier Williams. Here's the snap. Reed is looking.
Oh, corner.
Oh, he
got it! Oh, yes! On the 2-yard line! A little tip drill catch down on the 2-yard line.
Well, Casey Bowen is the back judge, and he was right on top of that play. But I had the binoculars on, and that thing was tipped around, and I really thought that Spencer Ferguson was able to haul that pass in.
They must have called it incomplete.
They did. Oh, they definitely did. That brings up a 3rd and 8. Every time I look at that scoreboard, John, it feels like we're stuck on 3rd down.
Sorry.
All right. We just need a first down.
Needless to say, a 3rd and 8. Boy, I thought.
Nice out right there.
Ooh, Xavier Williams with the catch, and he got knocked into next week.
That's the rude fashion we were talking about earlier.
That was a big stick by cornerback Mason Buster. Wow.
Way to hold on the ball.
Credit to him for holding on to that ball, absolutely. We have a final score from Ottumwa. Ottumwa defeated Burlington 38-14, so that's going to end any playoff hopes, unfortunately, for the Greyhounds. But the playoff hopes are alive and well here at Bill Nelson Field as Brant Reed.
Oh, no! And guess who it is? Oh!
Brant Reed
Touchdown saving tackle.
Touchdown saving tackle.
By number 2, Jeremiah Dalton. Or no.
No, Reed.
Reed.
That was Holloway on the pick. Boy, Reed didn't see him and tried a crossing pattern to his tight end, and Holloway was right there.
He was.
And made a great play.
Final.
Boy, is that a heartbreaker. Game's not over. We got 3 minutes and 2 seconds left. A quick 3 and out by this defense, and we can get that offense back on the field and get one more try. But boy, do they have to buckle up those chin straps and play tough defense right now. 1st and 10, Bulldogs.
Turnover would work good, too.
This time they go to the outside. That's Cole Erickson, the senior. Probably gained, it looks like, about 4 or 5.
7 yards on first down.
Boy, you can just feel the...
Yeah, momentum shift right back to Mediapolis after that interception.
That is heartbreaking.
Yeah, Reed kept him from scoring a touchdown because he had the motor running. He was ready to go.
Here's Brown. The give again.
Erickson around the end, and it's about a 15,
boy, it's
20-yard run.
It's frustrating to watch these Bulldogs run the way they run because they've got 3 guys that can really move the football, and I know those Falcon defenders are frustrated too because it's tough to bring them down. They are, like I said, by committee. You bring in 3 different types of runners. One's quick, one's fast, and one's big, and they're all solid athletically.
Looks like he has all 3 of them in the backfield with him.
This is going to be Holloway, and boy, he just puts his head down, and he will not. He reminds me a little bit of Mark Weisman up in Iowa City.
Absolutely.
He keeps those legs churning, puts his head down. Nothing fancy about the way he runs. He is just a solid, tough-nosed running back. We're going to get a timeout here and come back to the action with 2:16 remaining at Bill Nelson Field here in West Burlington with your score, Mediapolis 36 and West Burlington Notre Dame 33.
All right, back to action here at Bill Nelson Field. See if the West Burlington defense can maybe cause a miscue or hold these guys from scoring.
A turnover would be nice. There's Holloway.
He's putting that ball out there.
Running towards his own backyard. I mean, he lives about 2 blocks from Bill Nelson Field, but he goes to school up in Mediapolis, and he is brought down on about the 9-yard line. The minute 56 remaining. The Falcons are out of timeout, so there's no way they can stop this clock.
Big 3rd and 1 right here.
And if you are Brian Borson, I'm guessing you give the ball to one of those running backs.
Yep, they're
Get
all
that first game.
Again,
first
they all
down.
line up right beside him. Erickson in the back. Looks like Erickson's going to get it. Oh, looks like we got him. We might have held him.
But that clock runs, and they can run that thing down to a 4th and 1 situation.
I mean, if anything, maybe we can hold him here on 4th down and have at least maybe 2 plays.
This is the Cannon 4th down play of the game, brought to you by our friends at Cannon.
Less than a minute left. Falcon defense. Like you said, play of the game right here.
And a timeout is called by Coach Borison from the Mediapolis sideline. 48 ticks left on the clock. They've got a 4th and 1 from the 10-yard line. And the Bulldogs have a 3-point lead, 36-33, in what has become just a shootout here in the second half. The Falcons came out after halftime down 21-13 and came back, I should say stormed back.
Stormed back is right.
With some
ran
big
off
plays
to the track.
with 20 unanswered points. And they have not scored since, and unfortunately for this blackout crowd here at Bill Nelson Field, Mediapolis wouldn't go away. Took advantage of a turnover on a kickoff return by West Burlington Notre Dame. Stormed down the field. First down after first down, big play after big play, and have scored 2 touchdowns here in the fourth quarter. And here is the play of the game.
Got all 3 of his backs right there. We need to sit in tight there.
And that's going to do it. Holloway burrows his way right over his center. I don't know where they're going to mark it, but it's sure from here it looked like he got plenty of yardage.
Maybe a measurement.
Some of those. I spoke too soon.
Oh, my goodness. I say they stopped him at the line of scrimmage, but they're not even going to measure it.
Boy, my apologies. What a defensive stand.
We need a 44-second miracle here. We hope everybody watching at home is just as excited as we are.
Let's take a quick breather, catch our breath, and come back to give you the rest of this unbelievable finish here at Bill Nelson Field. We'll be back in a moment.
All right, fans, back here at Bill Nelson Field. Are you ready, Brian?
I am ready. It's 44.7 seconds. There's no timeouts. Incomplete pass will stop the clock.
No interceptions. No fumbles. Come on, boys.
We need a 90-yard play. And how long does it take for one of those guys to sprint
off
90
to the races.
yards?
Reed. Oh, no.
Reed was tripped up in the end zone. It looked like he tried to throw it away before he could get sacked for the safety.
That safety almost lost the game.
And there's a flag, intentional grounding in the end zone, I think, is going to be the call. We'll see.
That's a safety. Now they're going to call intentional grounding.
If it's intentional grounding from this own end zone, it's a safety. And that'll definitely.
Intentional grounding.
That's not the first time that's happened to the Falcons offense this year.
It is intentional grounding on Reed. It will result in a safety for Mediapolis. And
that's going to make the score now 38-33. And, of course, the Falcons have to kick the ball away to the Bulldogs. What an unfortunate way to end an incredible comeback here by Coach Brewer and his Falcons here in the second half. Reed was under pressure immediately once he got the ball in his hands. He had nowhere to go. He made a valiant effort to try to dump that thing off and make an incomplete pass out of it to stop the clock. And the referees recognized that was an intentional grounding and results in a safety. Casey.
You mentioned special teams earlier, how our miscues on special teams have kind of hurt us. You know what? A special teams miracle right now would help us. Yes, we're kicking it off, but they still have to receive it.
Yeah, the word miracle is probably pretty appropriate here, Sean. It's but you never know. It's
the way this game has been, it's all relative, right? So we'll see where Crooks is going to kick this ball.
They have the choice to punt it away or kick it from a tee, I believe, and Reed's going to punt it. I don't know if can you onside a punt, a line drive to bounce it off the shoulder pad or a helmet of one of their hands teams up front.
You do the old rugby style kick, you possibly could, get that ball bouncing around, but Yep, it's a little squibbler punt.
And Cole Erickson recovers the squib punt from Reed, and that is going to probably be the final dagger.
Yeah, I'm thinking we'll see. They'll probably get in a victory formation and take a knee. What do you think?
No timeouts for either team. 34.7 seconds left. 38-34. I'm sorry, 38-33 is our score.
35-17 Williamsburg final.
They won.
So that's good news, yeah.
That's good news?
Williamsburg, yeah.
We want them to win?
Yeah.
Oh.
Because it beat Central Lee, and then Central Lee.
And they do take a knee.
Next week. Now
And it looks like Mediapolis is going to secure the victory here. 26 seconds left.
So we are still alive in that playoff hunt with Williamsburg securing a win tonight over Central Lee. So as the
ticking.
Mediapolis Bulldogs celebrate victory, you can see the disappointment. But there should be no heads hung low tonight with that
Absolutely
Falcon
not.
team. They've really put together a fantastic game plan. They fought back, had big play after big play. Hats off to both teams. What an exciting ball game tonight. And the final score here at Bill Nelson Field, 38 for Mediapolis, 33 for the Falcons here on senior night. Disappointing way to go home if you're a senior, but there's plenty of football left. Williamsburg wins. We still have life.
Yes, we do.
On the road next Friday night.
L&M, and I guess we're working on trying to either stream it audio-wise and possibly video-wise. So, Brian, I enjoyed it tonight. Good job.
Thank you.
You know, it was exciting,
It was a great game to call, and it's a beautiful night for football, and we hope everybody enjoyed our telecast and our stream here. Hope you can join us again next time we bring you some live action, whether it's volleyball or football,
Absolutely.
maybe even basketball coming up. And in the meantime, we remind you to enjoy your evening, enjoy your weekend. Thank you for joining us, and have a great night. Final score from West Burlington, Mediapolis 38, West Burlington Notre Dame 33.
Good night, everyone.